What do the following all have in common? This, this, and this. What do they have in common? Well, they all have really interesting structures, and their structures are central to their purpose. Now, at the danger of sounding like Barthes or Lacan, structure matters. Structure determines purpose, and the structure of your ToK essay can determine whether you will get an A or an E. So today, on ToK Today, let's discuss structure. What structure am I supposed to use for my ToK essay? Is one of the most frequent questions that I hear from students with whom I work. The answer is that there's no prescribed essay structure. You should use a structure that works for you. However, there are some components identified in the marking scheme that you need to include in your essay if you want to get a high mark in the essay. And these things are areas of knowledge, and therefore elements of the knowledge framework, knowledge arguments, the implications of knowledge arguments, and evaluation of knowledge arguments. Knowing that we have to include these four things in our essay, we can start to think about possible ToK essay structures. The essay structure you choose will depend upon the prompt you're answering, the number of knowledge arguments that you're making, your vision, and lots of other factors. So there's no one-size-fits-all solution. However, we can look at some of the generic examples. And the most straightforward example and most often used structure is, well, we start off with an introduction where you give the examiner some idea of what the essay is going to include, and usually you include a thesis statement. And then knowledge claim 1, which pertains to AOK 1, counterclaim 1, which pertains to AOK 1, and then knowledge claim 2, which is about AOK 2, and counterclaim 2, which is about AOK 2, and then a conclusion in which you bring the arguments together from both AOKs, you sum up the evaluation points that you've made, and you maybe touch on some of the implications again that you've also made earlier. Now, this is the most straightforward, clearest, and most popular essay structure. And this essay structure is easily sufficient to get 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. You don't need to have a more complex essay structure than this to do well in the ToK essay. However, you may want to develop a different structure as it will better serve the arguments that you're making, or a different structure better serves the functions or purpose of the knowledge arguments in your essay. And that's fine as well. I recommend starting planning using the generic straightforward structure that I've just shown you, and then as your plan develops, it will become clear to you whether you would be better served using an alternative or more complicated structure. Now, in my ebook, How to Write the ToK Essay in 6 Easy Steps, I look at the strengths and drawbacks of 6 different essay structures, and I include worked examples of how each structure can develop. And you can pick up a copy of that book from the link in the video description. Now, let's quickly talk about planning. Planning is central to a good grade in all assignments in your DP. As they say in the British Army, perfect planning leads to perfect performance. But it's probably planning's probably more important in the ToK essay than in most other DP assignments. To get a really good understanding of the prompt and to develop your own unique insight into the essay prompt, you need to spend time thinking about the prompt, drafting knowledge arguments for the prompt, researching real-life examples that you're going to use to illustrate those knowledge arguments. And that's planning. It takes time, and it's the fun part of writing the ToK essay. Now, I generally recommend that you spend about 80% of the time planning and 20% of the time actually writing. The essay is only 1,600 words long, so once you've got a really good understanding of the prompt and a clear essay plan, you can write those 1,600 words in 4 hours, possibly less for some of you. However, getting the plan into place and developing your understanding takes time, and you've got to give yourself that time. Okay, So this video was not about the philosophy of structuralism. You can check out my videos on the philosophy of structuralism if that interests you. But this is all about tips for improving the ToK essay writing, and there are 2 more videos coming up in this series. If you want more help and advice on how to write your ToK essay or your ToK exhibition commentary, we have got lots of resources available over at toktoday.com, and we've got over 140 videos on this YouTube channel. You can pick up the ebook, How to Write the ToK Essay in 6 Easy Steps, at toktoday.com, and the link for that is in the video description. Many thanks to all of you who've liked my videos and subscribed to this channel. If you found today's video useful, I would be ever so grateful if you could see your way to pressing like or even subscribing. It really helps the channel out. Many thanks for watching. Best of luck with your ToK learning. Stay ToKtastic, my friends. Bye.